That's right. This photo is not a unique photo that we get when it comes to sump pump installations. We get the phone call a lot from customers. This customer happened to be in the Worcester area, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you are, if you have a water table problem, a sump pump might be your best line of defense against it. And unfortunately, a lot of people will try to attempt to put these in, or maybe they'll hire a friend or family or a plumber or whatever, and you get these solutions, quote unquote, that are definitely substandard. So this particular case comes out of Worcester, Mass. Customer calls us up and says, "Hey, I'm getting water, in my basement area. It's coming up through the floor. We're having troubles. We're not really sure why it's coming in. I have a sump pump installed. It should be taking care of it, but I don't know why it's not." And so my first question is, okay, well, what do you have installed? And so they were able to send us these photos to give us some idea of what was installed. And an all too familiar site came into view, and it was a what we call the puddle sucker, which is just a very low volume water removing device that will send water out of the like a top coat or a top area, and it's just, you plug it in and it sends it through a garden hose outside. And the problem is that the water table rises and there's so much volume of water underneath the house that's really not enough oomph to get it out. And I try to tell people it's like trying to drain a pool with a garden hose versus trying to drain a pool with a fire hose, right? You can just move more volume with a larger pump and a better installation. So what should a sump pump look like? What should your installation look like? Well, number one, it needs to be in a contained basin. It can't just be in a mud pit, and it can't just sit there with cobwebs getting collecting around it during the dry period. So it should be in a sealed basin with a crushed stone around there to help filter out any sediments that come into the sump pump pit. Because a lot of pump failures happen when the sediments come into the sump pump pit and actually block the impellers of the pumps. So you want to make sure that the stones that are around this thing actually help drain it. And then the second thing is you need to have an adequate pump. Putting a $75 or $50 puddle sucker in there is just not going to move the water out there. It's not even worth putting the money in there. Good for a little secondary to help with some areas if it's coming in, but as your main workhorse, you need to have a workhorse motor and a workhorse pump. So having a concealed basin, having a adequately sized pump, and then having it permanently plumbed outside, so you're not running the garden hose through the bulkhead, which is going to be open, allowing more water to come in. So you want to have it permanently plumbed outside, discharging into a safe area, so you're not just recreating the cycle of water coming through the foundations. So while Uncle Joe and your neighbor might be really good at handyman and YouTube searches to find out how to put these in, the reality is a properly installed sump pump is going to save you so many more headaches down the line, because these homegrown solutions, while very creative, generally don't hold up very long. And if those big events come in, you are going to wonder why you have inches of water in your basement. It's usually because it was not properly installed. So make sure you talk to somebody like us who do sump pumps on a daily basis here to be able to help you out. So that way, you have a properly installed pump so you can be worry-free through all rain events.